Hi y'all, I'm Miss Stacy. Welcome to Stacy's Homestead, and today I am reviving my kombucha. It's been like 2 years. It's been almost 2 years since I made kombucha, and I've kept my kombucha untouched in my ceramic dispensers. I haven't touched it. I maybe fed it one time just to keep it alive, you know. I haven't touched it at all. I wasn't gonna make a video, but I need to make kombucha again. I have the time now, and yeah. So I already did this first one without doing a video, and I was like, oh, let me just do a video. So, when you don't touch it, you know, every time it changes levels, it creates a new scoby. Well, this has created a lot of scobies, and the whole thing was pretty much a scoby. And the top was no good. But the bottom, instead of creating scobies on top, because when you fill it, you always, sometimes you create a new scoby on top, but usually it's underneath. So I had a lot of little, a lot of good, decent-sized ones underneath, but the whole top one was no good. But, yeah, so it was like a scoby hotel. I still have my scoby hotel, too, just in case for emergencies. And I feed that, you know, every 6 months or so. Where is it? It's down here in my canned goods somewhere. Oh, down here. There's my scoby hotel. Right there. And it's doing pretty decent. I'll probably feed it again. You know, it doesn't grow too much because it's airtight, you know. But the other one is not airtight. So pretty much it's like, not dormant. It's active, but not active. So you can keep, I've done it so many times. I've had this same scobies. I have never redone it since my kids were like 14. And now they're 27. So, you know, you can take a break for a couple years and just keep it untouched. And it'll just make sure it's full when you do it. And there was still liquid in there, like about this much. I'll show you on the next one. So what I did is I threw out the big giant scoby to the chickens. Trimmed off the excess of the ones I'm saving. And there's the ones I'm saving. I washed the pot really good. And then you're going to have to like undo this because the SCOBY always grows in here. Scobies don't want air, so they go everywhere they can to block air. So this looks cracked, but it's just filled with SCOBY everywhere. It's interesting. All right, so let's get this new one. This one I haven't done. I'll show you. 2 years untouched, fed a tiny bit once out of the 2 years. Just because I was like, oh shoot, but I think it would have been just fine. Alright. So and I kept it covered with a cheesecloth this whole time for 2 years. And I don't have air conditioning in my house, guys. The summer times gets hot. It's like highest 90, 80s usually stays in my house. And the winter stays about 80. So it's about 80 all the time. Between 70 and 80s in my house. Sometimes a little bit in the 90s. It's humid, but so it matters, I guess, for everybody. Yeah, so let me show you what that looks like. It's gonna look really gross on top, like it's bad, but it's not. So let me see if we can see that. So that is gonna go bye-bye. Let me show you. Not to mention, you don't want to do it with a small SCOBY. You want to, if you're going to just let it be for a couple years, you're going to make sure you have good established SCOBYs. So yeah, this has not been touched for 2 years, probably over 2 years, except for a little dribble of tea. I was like, oh no, put some tea in there, and I didn't even look at it. So this whole thing is a SCOBY. Now I got to pull it out. It's going to take some muscle. Let's see if I can set the camera up and show you. That's what I did. The same thing with this one. And we're going to revitalize it. It's only going to take a couple feedings. So here we go. I've done this often. I mean, shoot. Let's see, 17 years maybe? Or more, about 18 years now. A long time. I go on, you know, I make kombucha, and then I let it And then I get tired of it, you know, and I just let it sit and don't touch it. And it's perfectly fine because it's well established. And these ceramic crocks, I don't know if that makes a difference because it's not airtight, you know? So, all right. So, but this is trimmed off with the healthy scobies I saved from the other one. But let me pull this out. Let me see if I can. I don't have a tripod. I'm still waiting on my camera, my new camera. All right, got this propped up here. So I'm gonna try to squeeze this SCOBY out. And we're not gonna save the liquid, guys. I can't save this liquid. See, all these layers underneath are good, and it still smells like kombucha. That's the problem, is getting this whole thing out. These are just layers and layers of SCOBY here. There we go. I feel it. Feel it. I mean, you might need to take a knife. I just want to take it out whole, though. There we go. There we go. So, let me show you. So, this bottom, we're going to throw away this whole one because there's a bunch of layers in here. So, and this top is bad, but look, in between's really good. All these layers. These are all layers throughout 2 years of just creating new SCOBYs every time. It pretty much was dehydrated, or, you know, evaporated. Evaporation caused new layers. So, all right, we're going to just put this right here. And then we're going to get the ones we're going to save out. Let me go feed this is chicken. So the ones we're going to save are these ones right here. Look at how pretty that is. See? There's a couple in here like that. Super pretty. We're going to wash it up, cut around the edges, and it'll be perfect. All right. And we're going to feed this Mama Jamma. See, it's really bad on top. The top has nothing to do with the bottom because it wasn't touching anything. See, the bottom's perfect. You could save any bit of this if you wanted to, but I don't need to. That looks like a tea bag. Yeah. All right. Let's go feed the chickens. Will love this. All right, guys. So this liquid, I have a lot more of the liquid in here than in the other one. Huh, that's interesting. So we got 2 of these. We're going to save both of these. We got 1, 2. And we're going to discard this liquid. You don't need to save the liquid. You have really good established SCOBYs. And we don't want to save the liquid because it's been here for a while. It's pretty sour. So we're going to dump this, wash this really good, and then clean up these SCOBYs. So let me get this just dumped out here. I love these crocks, guys. It's a 3-gallon crock. Holds 3 gallons of kombucha. I have 2 of them. Here's the inside after it's dumped. We're going to use hot water to rinse it, but not on your SCOBYs. Remember, you'll kill the SCOBYs with hot water. We're going to really clean this good on the inside and out with hot water. So this one doesn't have cracks like the other one, but I mean, even though the other ones had cracks forever, it never leaks. So crocks are really nice for this. And you don't have to, the lid fits on so no fruit flies get in, but it still gets oxygen too. So, because the SCOBY wants to cut off oxygen, so that's why it's created. So if you didn't have any oxygen, you really don't get much SCOBY creation because it doesn't feel the need to block it from oxygen. That's why your hotel, if it's airtight, won't create new SCOBYs until you feed it, because you let air in every time you feed it. So, all right, we're going to clean this really good, and then what we do right here, we're going to unscrew this, because SCOBYs grow in these too because of air, right? Oops, see, look at a nice big SCOBY. Nothing's coming out of that because it's blocking it. See, clean that SCOBY out. Now it's cleaning. There we go. And we're going to wash this really good. Put it back together. All right. So we're going to this has like a lot of, they all have like a lot of little layers still, even though this seems really thin. This has a lot of layers in it. So we're gonna just peel this top one off. I don't like the coloring, and take that off until I see the tan color. There you go. See, that's just another little scoby. This is how thin the scobies are when they make them. When they grow, they grow in thin layers, really thin layers, like that. Look at it. That's just another scoby making on top. So they pancake each other. Anyway, so this looks nice and clean. Look at that. Nice and clean. All right, let's go ahead and chop this one in pieces. We're going to just cut. I'm just going to cut the outer edges. I like to make these ones smaller. That way I know, hopefully I could tell what the new growth is, you know. But also get the unhealthy edges off. You know, we'll get that one. Nice clean scoby here. See, look at beautiful. Beautiful. And we're going to just put this in here. There. And now let's clean this second one. I want to put at least a couple in here. See this one? We're also going to take this layer off. Go ahead and run cold water while you do it. Take this scoby layer off because it has tea granules in it too from when, you know, I poured tea in. And sometimes, if you can't do that, that's fine. So these have enough to get you started in your fermentation without the old kombucha. You can inoculate it. I have kombucha vinegar. I can like put in if I wanted nice kombucha vinegar if I wanted to inoculate it. This one's not coming off so good. Alright. So, it's just a layer. There we go. Gotta find that layer and pull it. Just pull the layer off. Doesn't have to be like smooth or anything. I'm just trying to get this orange layer off. Just because it's not bad. You don't have to. I just don't like the discoloration of the orange. It's just tannins, but... Alright, I think that's good enough. I think it's good enough. Alright, now we're going to cut it around. We're going to cut the edges off. You don't even need this much. You could just do like a sliver and just start over slowly. But you know, the less tea. Let's do the edges. Expose the healthy edges in there. There we go. All right. Let's rub that really, really good. And the healthy bacteria will kill any bad bacteria that is left over, just so you know. That's what fermentation does. So it's going to be really good. Because we're starting from scratch, it's going to take a little bit longer to get your first real good batch of kombucha. So we might have to do this one more time. Not the cleaning part, but adding the tea and sugar and stuff one more time. There we go. All right, let's put it up and then put our tea. So here, I already got my tea made. Oop. I already got my tea made. So enough for 3 gallons each. So I put 4 tea bags per gallon. So about 12. I got 12 tea bags from here and 12 tea bags in here. 1 cup of sugar per gallon. So 3 cups of sugar, 3 cups of sugar. And then we're going to pour these in and then top it off with water till it's full. So let's do that. Alright, so I got my tea cooled down and topped off with cold water. We're going to pour 1 in each one of these. Got my jugs set where they need to go on my counter. I'm just going to pour it on top. I think for this first round, I'm not sure if I'm going to fill it up to the full 3 gallons. I might just do it. I'll put 1 more gallon in there. I'll do 2 gallons. So, all right, let's put this tea in this one. This is tea and sugar mix. All right, let's do just 1 more gallon each. Just because we're starting over again. All right. It's going to be happy, happy, happy. Got the other one going here. Yeah, we'll just do 2 gallons. Say it fits 3 gallons. We'll just do the 2 gallons for this time. But I still made enough for 3 gallons of, you know, a cup of sugar and so it has a cup of sugar extra and 4 bags of tea extra on it. Help it out there. And, you know, if I see that it's growing a new scoby, I'll add another gallon of water. That's what I'll do. But I'll wait until it's actually growing a new scoby. See how long it takes. Alright. Alright, now we just put the lids on here. And then I put a cheesecloth cover over the top. So we'll do that. Oh, I have all my kombucha bottles on the ground because I'm going to wash them all. So this is the tea towel I put on top of it just to do it and to help keep, you know, fruit flies from getting in, but it still gets air. There we go. Yeah. I used to put a rubber band around it, and you don't need to. Alright, I had a string tied around it. Oh. There we go. Alright, so it's been 8 days, and I stirred it in the last couple days a couple times because I did not see a scoby growing. And I was afraid it might start having mold grow on the top before it had a chance to start fermenting because, you know, we're redoing this. So, I stirred it yesterday and today it is foaming, so I know it's working. And now I'm going to let it just set and hopefully grow scoby. A new one. Also, around this time, if you see that it's not foaming like mine, it's starting to foam, like bubble. And if you see a little bit of growth, just take that out and stir it up. It'll be fine. Because the lactobacillus, or, you know, the bacteria will kill anything bad in there. So, but you might want to inoculate it with some kombucha vinegar if you have any, which I do. I have some kombucha vinegar. I might just add a little bit in just to help speed it up. Alright, so it's been 3 weeks of me stirring every day. A couple of small scobies were forming, but then I would stir it right back down because it still seemed like it wasn't strong enough to, so let's see now. There we go, yay! Perfect! That's how we do it. It's a very good scoby. It's been a week since I actually looked. Yes. Now we're gonna decant this and probably put in fresh tea and do it all over again. And there we go. All right, guys. So that's how you restart your dormant scoby and have it like bring back life to it. It took about 3 weeks. You know, I'd wait like 3 days, and then it started getting like discoloration on top and no scoby. So I stir it down, and then wait 2 days, stir it down, wait like another like 4 days, and so when we would stir it, it would be fuzzy. So I knew it was working. So there'd be some like carbonation. And then a little skinny scobies would form, but they wouldn't be strong enough, like those thick ones, to be like a protection for the kombucha. So I stirred it down, then waited a whole week, and now it's perfect. So I'm gonna decant those. I'm not sure if the if that's gonna be good enough. So I'm just gonna decant it, make fresh. I'm gonna leave 4 or 5 cups in each one. Make fresh tea and wait another week, and then we should have nice kombucha. Alrighty, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.